Is this the best new cut for barbecue? Let's find out.
Whoa.
Wow.
What?
Whoa.
Okay.
Big thanks to Kamado Joe for sponsoring this episode.
I've been on the search for the best new cut in barbecue ever since the prices on brisket have become astronomical. Now we're now paying almost as much for a brisket as we do for a full-on roast. And that is not what barbecue is about. Barbecue is about taking a cheap cut, seasoning it, and turning it into something extremely delicious. If you sum it all up, barbecue is just a hack to turn cheap food into something that we really enjoy. And in that search, I've been almost cooking every part of the cow to figure out which cut is best for barbecue. I tried chuck steaks, I tried flat iron. Some turned out better than others, but now I might have found the one piece of meat that's going to replace all of them. Can we have a little moment, please? This is something you might not directly recognize. And that's because normally you would not see this in a butcher shop in the countertop. You see, this is what is called a silver side. It's a tough piece of meat that is normally processed into something else. One of the most famous applications of this piece of meat is carpaccio. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in the Netherlands we consume loads of carpaccio. But for carpaccio, butchers want a lean piece of meat. And for barbecue, we want fatty pieces of meat. And that's why cuts like this one, with lots and lots of intramuscular fat, just look at it, is no good for carpaccio, and it's not very popular, so the prices on a cut like this stay very, very low. Another cool thing about this piece of meat is that it's very easy to cook. All I need to do is season it. Therefore, I'll be using a little bit of PitmasterX Texas seasoning, which is always a great combination for barbecue and beef. Then I'm just gonna apply a thick layer of the seasoning, because the thicker the cut is, the more seasoning it's going to need to get fully seasoned up. And then I'm going to let this just sit on the countertop while I fire up my barbecue. First I'm going to put in some big block charcoal, add a chunk of smoke wood, heat deflectors in, grill grates in, close the lid, and then switch it on. Now I'm going to hit the ignite button, and that will automatically ignite the charcoal without using a fire starter. That's cool. I'm going to set the temperature. It tells me to close the bottom vent, and I want to run at 140 degrees Celsius. It tells me to open the top vent just a little. There we go. Now it's going to take about 10 minutes for the barbecue to come up to temperature. Once the barbecue's up to temperature, I'm going to stick in our beautiful silver side, which by the way, I love that name, silver side. And I'm going to let it smoke for at least an hour and a half before checking on it. Checking is key, but also looking at the color of your bark. And I kept on smoking the silver side until I got the bark the way I like it to look. And if we take a look now, which we're in a little over 4 hours, we've got this. And to me, that looks good. I got a dark brown almost all the way to black bark, which means I'm going to have plenty of smoke flavor. I got that crusty exterior that we love so much. And in the end, that's going to make this comparable to a real brisket. I'm going to use my chef's temp probe thermometer to measure the core temperature in the silver side. As you can see, we have a temperature of 78 degrees Celsius. Which is a little over what I would normally have when I have the bark at the right temperature. I would be at about 70 degrees Celsius, but it's always good to check, because it means we're going to have less time to wrap this up and cook it all the way to the top. So let's take out the butcher's paper, take the silver side off. Wow, look at this beauty. Oh, this thing looks insane. That's exactly what we need. I'm getting excited about this before we're even done. I melted a little bit of beef tallow. Ooh, nice and hot. That beef tallow is going to go in the wrap together with that silver side. And secretly, that is the magic part of cooking a delicious brisket. So I'm expecting it to do wonders for a silver side. And this package is now ready to go back on the barbecue. I'm keeping the temperatures at the same level. So all I need to do is just slide this in, close the lid, and let it continue to cook. We're now at 6.5 hours, and using the chef's temp again to check the temperature, we're now at 98 degrees Celsius. But more importantly than checking the temperature is also to probe it. So I'm using this pin to check for tenderness. Basically, if I stick it in and there's no resistance, the silver side is done. Since it's really hot, I'm going to use some gloves to pick it up. Now, I still have a resting period ahead of me because just like with brisket, we can't just take it out, start slicing it up. It's not going to be nearly as good if we don't add a resting period. So I'm going to place it in my cooler, close that, and let it sit for about 2 hours before opening this up again. Let's get out the silver side. Still nice and warm. Super, super curious to see how this turned out. Now that to me looks like a juicy piece of meat. I like the bark so much, it looks really, really good. There's only one way to know how good it actually is. Let's slice into this, but it looks so brown. Ooh, that was satisfying. This slice was extremely easy. Now look at that. That is a big piece of beef, and that looks super, super juicy. The fat rendered out. I have to be careful to properly slice it, otherwise it falls apart. Let's do a test here. Oh, that. It shreds very, very easily. We got a nice smoke ring, mahogany red, we got the bark. This looks very, very promising. This is like a very, very cheap cut of meat. And the way it looks right now, especially with the slice like this, just think about it. You can put this on a sandwich like the perfect form. Wow, man, the form factor of the piece of meat, it's insane. It's like it's an A+. Then the bark, it's just really, really good. The size of it is very, very, very easy. Like, this is for a family or like an extended family, or I don't know, you can get 2 of these. They easily fit in any type of barbecue. Now let's try it. Oh, whoa, wow. Wow, that is great. That sounds really lame, but this is an eye-opener. The silver side. I haven't been this blown away since I really got into chuck. I love chuck steaks, but this for brisket replacement is better than chuck steak. Of course, you have to get one with a good amount of intermuscular fat, but nobody wants that one. They all want the lean one. Wow, wow. More people need to be doing this. Flat top, forget about it. It's not even on par with this. Chuck steak is a good second. This is, I'm gonna say, this is better than brisket. Amazing. Honestly, this is so good. I need to call Jim. I'm not gonna say anything, we're just gonna let him taste it and then we're gonna see his reaction. The subject is this a replacement option for brisket?
Whoa, what? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use it as a replacement.
Is it better than chuck steak as a replacement for brisket?
I think so, yeah.
I told you. Now, the biggest question of all, is it better than brisket?
Ooh, that's, I think, might be a personal thing. I'd say yes.
Yeah, I'd say yes too.
Because you have a lot of meat.
It's all meat. The main thing, what I was thinking of, look at the shape of it. Like,
yeah,
it's very practical. I'm a dad, I like practical. But if you think about this, like if you have a family, this is like an extended family, maybe between 4 to 6 people. But the structure, kind of what Jim's saying, is like the structure of the meat is really compact, and which makes it perfect for carpaccio, but it also makes it perfect to eat like this. Now, of course, you do have to, and I can't stress that enough, you have to get like a really nice one with intermuscular fat. Like, that's important. Otherwise, you're gonna have a dry version of it. But just the shape of it, like a brick size.
A brick size.
It's a brick size.
That's exactly what it is.
It's a brick, the barbecue brick. And then you just like toss it around a little bit. It's like...
You can plate it up.
Plate it up.
Well, it looks so beautiful.
I just got the request that we eat this tonight for dinner, so don't have to save it for like a pasta or like, sometimes the family just gets on the brisket. I love brisket, but the family says, oh, brisket again. I love brisket, but this is like, this is the next level.
You could eat more of this.
This is brisket 2.0. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then leave that big thumbs up and a comment down below. See you guys in the next video.
Eet smakelijk.
And keep on grilling.